Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy day after Christmas. Today we're going to do a little chit chat. I would like to say I'm having my morning coffee with you, but it's about 8 a.m. and I have already had all of my coffee for today. So what I am drinking here in, I don't know whose Yeti mug, not mine, but I have Nettles leaf tea. And I try to drink this at least 2 times per day. My functional practitioner encouraged me to drink Nettles tea 2 to 3 times per day to help me with my joint pain. She also encouraged me to start taking the supplement glucosamine, and I have. So I'm about 2 months on this plan, and it is serving me very well. I have not been experiencing the joint pain that I once was. But anyway, I hope that you had a beautiful and blessed Christmas and all of your festivities went super well. And you are coming into the last week of 2022 in a really good place. You will notice that I'm not done up like I typically am for YouTube. I'm okay with that, and I know you are as well. When I'm filming this video, when I filmed it, it was actually last Sunday, the 18th, so a week ago yesterday. McKenna and Bobby are coming over around 11. And Paul and Bobby are going to do oil changes on McKenna's car and Bobby's car. Haley, my second daughter, is still here. Actually, the day that this video goes out, the day after Christmas, is when she will fly to Boston to be with her boyfriend, Vin, to celebrate this week. And then the new year, they have a New Year's Eve celebration to go to. Actually, it's a wedding, so that's exciting for them. So we're going to miss her, but it was great having her home. You will have to excuse any sniffles. Believe it or not, when I film this video, I am still having some residual symptoms from that really terrible cold that I had a couple of weeks ago. So I did recover from the cold, but I'm still a little bit runny. And when I work out, especially during cardio, I actually have a little bit of chest pain. Hopefully by the time this video publishes, I'm in a better place and all of that has left me. That's the goal. But I don't know because this is coming out a week later. But today, yeah, really just chit chat. One of the things that came up for me this morning, well, let me also share. Let me back up. This is what I love about chit chats. Pips turned 17 on the 16th, so 2 days prior to me filming this, but she was gone all weekend, so I am making one of her favorite meals today, cheese tortellini soup. It's on the recipe tab. And then I'm also making a baked brie with an apricot preserve on top. And I'm making these breadsticks that have spinach in them, and it's shaped like a Christmas tree. All of the recipes are on the recipe tab. The Christmas tree one, we may be past that, but anyway, just thought I would share. So we are doing a family dinner today, and today's not a get ready day. I did get up at 4 this morning and knocked out a really great workout. I actually had a really great calorie burn. I was over 600 calories, so it was a long workout. I wanted it to be a really good one because it ends my week. And knowing going into Christmas week, I may not get as many workouts done. So that's kind of what's going on today. But again, this video is coming out the day after Christmas. So we're just saying, hope you had a beautiful Christmas. I hope I do too. I'm sure I will. Because a lot of it is how we show up and how resilient we are to those strong emotions that sometimes show up for us. But anyway, something that came up for me that I wanted to talk about and I've talked about this before, but it's sloppiness. It's doing things sloppy. This is something that I definitely observe. It's not something I struggle with. Now, let me just say that the world has told us, and many of us have bought in, that If we like things done well, we're perfectionist. And I used to buy into that when I used to listen to the noise of the world. Well, through my own self-work and working with coaches myself, I actually come to the realization that I'm actually not a perfectionist, which has served me well considering 5 children. That would be awfully hard to pull off. Boy, would I fall short all the time in the goal to have perfection when you have 5 children. I place value on effort. I am an effort girl. I'm a follow-through girl. And I expect that from others because I know they're fully capable and I believe in others. I believe in what they're capable of achieving. But our world has gotten so sloppy and unfortunately it's become so acceptable. But again, if you don't listen to the noise of the world, you may find that while it is acceptable, you're not okay with it. And we can't mold people to be the way we desire. We simply just cannot do that. But understand your sloppiness or your lack of follow-through can impact others. We can't control outcome. Let me say that again. We cannot control outcome. That would be the perfectionist, right? But that's out of our control. That's an external action outside of us. On the other hand, we have all control of our effort in any area of life. So I'm going to ask you right now, where are you not putting effort in that you could be putting effort in, right? That you could step into your power. Where are you not following through? You know, many people are just so rushed and hurried. Rush, 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 hurried. Well, I definitely believe in being timely. There's no question. So you plan ahead so that you can do that, right? Organize tomorrow, today. Plan next week, this week. Plan next month, this month. Plan next year, this year, right? If you really want to go after that big, hairy, audacious goal, you're going to plan next year, this year. But I really recognize sloppiness and lack of follow-through, and often the people that I observe and witness this from, they're not crushing goals. They're not living an aspiring and admirable life. They're just skating through in their sloppy world and leaving everything unfinished, but that can impact others. So it's not perfectionism, because perfectionism is looking for the outcome, which is outside of our control. You can put all the effort in the world into doing something, and that doesn't guarantee that the outcome is going to be exactly the way that you want it. But when you put effort in, you will still feel good because you know that where you had power and where you had control, which is effort, you gave it. You gave it. You didn't fall short. You don't get caught up in the outcome because you know that's outside of you and out of your control. So if you've ever been labeled as a perfectionist by a loved one, or maybe just by yourself, challenge yourself if you're focused on outcome, and if you are, you may have some fixing to do there. But if you simply put your focus on effort, which if we talk about goal setting, that's exactly where you want to put your eggs in the effort basket, not the outcome basket. Because you can work your tail off all day long and you still can't predict that outcome. I'll ask you this. If you had employed someone to work for you and you were paying them, would you be okay with sloppy? Would you be okay with lack of follow-through? You're paying them, right? That's not being a perfectionist. That is putting value on their effort, and you would expect it if you were paying someone. What about your kids? Are you okay that they put no effort into getting good grades or passing that test? Of course not. And that doesn't make you a perfectionist. And even if they try to tell you that you are, all you're requiring is effort. So there is nothing wrong with us having expectations of people putting effort in and following through with what they're doing, because it can impact us. This is where effective communication comes in, and that's what you need to tell them is, I need to see effort, or Please, can you put more effort in? Can you follow through? Because your lack of doing so impacts me. And I'm impacted quite a bit by others' sloppiness and lack of follow through. Now, I can't change them, but I can communicate what my expectations are, always in a kind, poised, and polite way. So I hope that this message hit home for some of you, because it's really become a sloppy world. And if you're okay with that, challenge yourself. Challenge that bias, right? We have to tune out the noise of the world and what the noise is telling us. Speaking of goals, maybe you just aren't developing healthy self-habits to achieve goals. It's not uncommon at the beginning of the year for those New Year's resolutions to appear for people, and then, of course, they fall short. Well, I place a lot of value on healthy habits. I am really solid in my self-habits. They're healthy and they serve me. That didn't come by chance. I'm not lucky. I'm not one of just that type of person. No, I put the work in. I put the work in to develop healthy habits that will serve me and manage my life well. My goal is to be happy, but I know that happiness is a temporary emotion. Thriving in your life and creating harmony in your life and being the person you aspire to be, your ideal self, ultimately will result as happiness being the consequence for that. But if you're not your ideal self, one of the reasons could be you're just not achieving goals. You're not actually living the life that you desire, but you completely have control of that. You absolutely can work on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis to live your ideal life. If you're not, and one of the areas is your habits just aren't serving you, that you have poor habits, we all have habits. It's just, are our habits serving us or are they not? I really encourage you to look into my program, 3-Week Intense. Segment number 4 is coming very soon. Actually, it starts a week from yesterday? Yes, a week from yesterday. I just had to look at my calendar. January 1st, segment 4 begins. That's on a Sunday. Perfect. Segment 4 of 3-Week Intense. This program is 21 days of hard, intense self-work. Yes, diet and exercise are part of that puzzle. Yeah. Because those are great habits, right, to instill. But there's a lot of other habits that you will be putting a lot of time and effort in during the 21 days. The goal isn't that you're going to have significant weight loss. It's just typically not going to happen in 21 days, although most people that have participated in 3-Week Intense have had weight loss because they're on the road to new healthy habits. Once I release that tether, that rope, you're on your own. But I will be there to support you along the way, all 21 days. There's a link in the description box below where you can get more information on 3-Week Intense. I strongly encourage you to get signed up. There's limited seats and every segment has filled. This coming Friday at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be hosting a live meeting for all of the members that have signed up for 3-Week Intense to answer your questions and to go over the packet that you will receive. I'd really like you to be there. If you can't be there, you will receive a recording or a replay, a link to the replay the following day. But if you want to get your questions in, I highly encourage that you go there. So check out 3-Week Intense. It's really just a program. There's a lot of accountability because we have a private Facebook group page that I do a lot of coaching on. Throughout the week, throughout the 21 days. Everyone is there encouraging and supporting one another. It's very active. It's a beautiful platform if you want to circle yourself at the beginning of January with like-minded people. Now, understand about 21 days into the new year is when people are phasing out of their New Year's resolutions. So be careful with that. These 21 days of intense habits of putting work into yourself to grow as a person, to overcome and be resilient of obstacles, to get into the habit of making things work even when you don't want them to. That's really the focus. But what you do after that is going to be up to you. But you certainly have the power. Make 2023 just the year that you step into your power. How is that for a goal or a resolution? Step into your power. Now, I want to first get a drink of my Nettles leaf tea. It's not the greatest, but I'm used to it. There's a couple different teas that I enjoy on a regular basis. I had a client the week before Christmas ask me, now understand that in coaching, it's not about me, it's about the client, but because my clients watch my content, they will ask about me. And I will try to briefly go through and answer their question, but I always want to circle back and direct the focus and the agenda on the client. But my client said, Tracy, well, if you could share what the best decision you ever made was, what would that be? And she said, I think that'd make a great video. Sometimes my clients will tell me, will recommend videos, and I love that. I take note of all that. Well, that got me thinking, wow, you know what? Wow, I needed to put some thought into that. But really I didn't. It came very quickly. And I wrote down what I shared. And I have reflected on this. And it's so powerful that I want to read it to you. The best decision I ever made was becoming the person I aspired to be. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean everyone likes me, but I have to like myself. I have to like myself. I'm stuck with me 24 hours per day. Yeah, imagine that. You better start liking yourself because you're stuck with you. Not just like, but love. Love who you are, right? Once you become your ideal self, believe it or not, you are okay with knowing not everyone will like everything about you. You most likely will be different. I'm very different in a lot of ways. Again, one of them, the sloppiness. It's amazing. I'm so different. And I'm sure some of those sloppy half people probably judge me as being a perfectionist. When you're okay with yourself and the best decision that you can make is becoming the person you aspire to be, that no longer bothers you. You don't even put time and energy into explaining yourself. You don't need to. You have enough confidence and you're self-assured about who you are. So you will be different, believe me, especially if you're someone who tunes out the noise of the world. Your choices, attitude, behavior, habits, and values may and most likely will look different from others. I can pretty much guarantee you that. You won't be okay with that if you're not okay with yourself. You have to be okay and love and like yourself to be okay with that. It's a beautiful place to be. Just remember, not everyone will support that. Especially those that follow the noise of the world. You are okay with that. You love yourself. You don't wish anything different. I don't wish to be younger. I don't wish to have a different body. I don't wish anything different about my life because where I can put effort, I've created, right? I've created a thriving, fulfilling, satisfying life that's in harmony with my ideal self, right? And everyone is capable to do this. But so many walk around so unhappy, and I just recently did a video on that topic of handling and understanding that there's just a lot of unhappy people in the world. Well, things are going to happen, and there are going to be times we're going to be unhappy. Again, happiness is a temporary emotion. But harmony and living a satisfying, fulfilling life, that will always have the consequence of happiness. And that's what we want, right? That's what we want. I am working currently on a program, a 12-month program, on achieving exactly what I'm talking about and becoming your ideal self, your highest self, right? Because we have the power and we're capable, and I will share it's the best decision I've ever made. It's not about how we look on the outside. You can be so polished and put together, and you can rock your manners and be super, super savvy in etiquette and hosting. But if you show up with a poor attitude, if you show up complaining and just negative and critical of yourself and others, all of that poised and polished just goes away, right? It goes away. My goal for 2023 obviously is to get my health in a better place and to figure out these issues going on. But I will tell you that becoming the person I aspire to be is what has saved me these last 2 years. And that is why you guys don't really see what I've been struggling with, because I'm choosing to live a fulfilling and satisfying life despite of the adversity that I face almost daily with how I feel. That's called stepping into your power. That's called effort. Obviously, we know what the outcome is. Not generally very good, considering I don't feel well most often, right? But the effort is always there. So I celebrate the win of the effort, knowing I have control of managing that. I don't get hung up on the outcome because that's an outside force. When we're let down, it's because we're too focused on the outcome. I don't really get let down anymore by somewhat by people, but I know how to self-correct that because I've done the work, and you can too. So when I bring this workshop, this 12-month program to you, that's going to be the biggest thing, is learning the art of being resilient to the forces of the outside world and living in harmony with your best life, fulfillment, satisfaction, thriving, so that you can have a lot of that consequence of happiness, right? It's a good consequence, right? Some consequences are really good. So a couple of things to take away today is just the power of loving and liking yourself. And hopefully this week you can start reflecting on what it is that you want to work on for growth in 2023. If habits is one of them, sign up for 3-week intense. You'll get a lot of coaching with me, group coaching. It's a lot of people just come back. In fact, there's several that are doing the 4th round of 3-week intense. It's really helped them because I'm doing it every quarter now. So you have a lot of opportunity to take some significant weight off if weight loss is your goals, but to develop healthy habits as well. And then I'll keep you posted on the program for 12 months. I'm just tweaking things, deciding how I want to run everything, what all I'm going to bring to the table. But I believe it's going to be a year-long journey for you to be able to share and say what I'm saying and sharing with you today. I've been doing the work for years, and it takes time, but we may do the fast track and try to do this in 12 months. So if your goal is to be that person you aspire to be your ideal self, to be your highest self, to step into your power, to become resilient of the outside forces of the world, to learn the art of putting effort in so you can thrive and survive in this mad world, right? Watch for details. Love to hear thoughts, comments, suggestions. Please tell people about me. I really do need to grow the volume of viewers watching my videos. That's really important to stay on this platform. YouTube is not really profitable for my business, and I definitely don't want to see it go, but it's just such a flooded platform. So please tell people about me. Please engage and comment. I read all of my comments on YouTube. If you DM me, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee you'll ever hear from me. There's no guarantee I'll even read it. It's just too overwhelming. YouTube is a great place to leave that. And if you have questions or something major, always reach out to customer support at the customer support email. I will make sure that Haley puts that in the drop down. Haley is my business manager. We wouldn't be doing what we're doing today without her, so I'm grateful for the people in my life. I'm really lucky to have the support system that I have, and that's important, right? Effort is really what trumps it. So thanks for being here today with my Nettles leaf tea and coming off of Christmas strong and a strong week ahead going into the new year. A lot to think about. This is a week when I really dig my heels in on what my past year looked like. You know, I do an integrity report on myself. I've been doing that for the last maybe 5 years. So I will be doing that this week, and based on that integrity report, that will segue me into what 2023 is going to look like for me. The other thing too, I really encourage, if you haven't taken the Life Blueprint workshop, I really encourage you to take that, because that's going to tie in with a lot of what I shared about even values. You know, a lot of people say they value certain things. A lot of those sloppy people that, you know, don't follow through. They value this, they value that. Check your values, because it's one thing to say them, it's another thing to live them. I live my values, and you can too. The Life Blueprint, there's an exercise to check your values, and I will challenge your limited beliefs and your biases in that workshop. So if you haven't taken it, it is worth its weight in gold. So jump on that as well. Links to everything will be in the description box below. Thanks again for being here. And yeah, I think I have another video coming Friday, maybe December empties. We'll finish out the year with that. And then don't forget bloopers, my annual bloopers. This is either year 4 or year 5 of my bloopers. My editor keeps all of my little faux pas and puts them into one video, and they're hilarious. If I need a good laugh, I just go back to one of my bloopers videos. So bloopers always comes out year after year, the last day of the year, December 31st. So I believe that will be Saturday. Watch for that. It's always golden, and it's really healthy and therapeutic to get a good laugh in. All right, I've got to run. It is about 8:30 now, and I need to get the food going and get ready for all of the kids to be here for family dinner, which I love so much. And I have a family dinners couple videos that I did recently that you can enjoy and hopefully be inspired to pick that up during 2023, because boy, the blessings lie right there. All right, thanks for being here. Thank you for you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support and the love and being a cheerleader. And you have no idea. You have no idea how much it means to me. I can't even express it. So thank you. Mwah. We'll see you soon on Friday. Have a great week.